That's cool right now?
Yeah, that's cool. They gonna have our voice most of the time anyway. Ooh! Okay, you can take this one. Let's see if this one on. Yeah, this one works. We tend to do this well. And both of us wear glasses, so I don't know who gonna see first if somebody message. Well, one of us gonna have to get up if we do see somebody come on.
Okay.
Testing, y'all. We're pulling it together. It's probably gonna take a minute for everybody to come in.
So you're gonna be able to see when people pop in?
Yeah, you're gonna see that number change at the top.
The zeros? Okay.
Yep.
To the left?
Yep. Let me get my phone too so I can let everybody know. Matter of fact, I can go live on both of them. Look at my daughter. What she doing? Just let me know if you see somebody come on now, because we're going to set up on both of these bad boys. Everybody always come to both of them, so why not? What you fussing for, Mom?
It's Wednesday, Thursday. Cause she can.
I ain't used to nobody being up in here.
Somebody in the thumbs up.
Oh, that's what's up. My daughter actually was setting up. What up, y'all? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Goddamn, boy, she done jumped up 5 in the morning.
It did. That's good. I mean, it is a good topic. We do have something good going on. Your jig.
With the liquid courage.
You pulled my shot?
Yeah, I did. And I ain't got nothing to eat in there, I'm telling you right now. Man, that motherfucker at 10.
What's up, y'all? Everybody say hello. I'm coming into the screen in a second, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I got everybody on alerts. Oh, this one don't want to hold on, y'all. Oh, this bad boy don't want to tighten up. I don't know what I did with this one. It don't want to hold. All right, y'all, I'm coming. Today we are talking about the education and miseducation of parenting.
Look like we ain't got but 2 people in there.
That's okay. You're going to see a lot of people come in, come out.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get this one right. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Is it going to do it? This one. All right, y'all. I'm having a defect with one of my things.
Got 2 minutes. Timing is everything.
Yep, the show starts at 8 o'clock, but I can't get this one though. Okay, let's see. Oh, Demetrius. What up, y'all? I know y'all trying to see what's going on. Show started at 8 o'clock. I'm trying to make sure I got everything set up so everybody can see what's going on. But one of my things is acting. Demetrius, you might have to put this on straight, because I know that's what the problem is. I was trying to get that one set up. What's up, y'all? 1 minute and counting. Just make sure it's tightened so I can put this on now. Because it's not, there we go.
y'all talk about y'all alpha women don't need men.
I know. Listen, let me tell you, don't start that because I am an alpha woman. I need a man. I want to be in my soft girl era for the rest of my life. I'm calling you to change everything. Water filter, ties.
But you do know what the first thing need to be changed, huh? Outie, and I don't have to I don't even have to finish that. We're gonna just say outie and let the world assume that we ain't talk about two outed teams.
They better know it. This one come with a whole lot of attitude. Y'all, I said I wasn't gonna go live on my Facebook, but because I love y'all, we about to get into this thing. Y'all see the homies, so let me get on here real quick. All right, y'all, I think we ready. I'm trying to make sure I give y'all the light. Oh, okay. Y'all, we got 2 cameras to look at, so y'all gonna have to bear with us. Boom. All right, y'all. There we go. What up, everybody? Welcome to No Host Barred. I am your host, Shay, the bestest with the mestest. And we got a special guest. I'm going to call him D. Smith, y'all, but y'all might change y'all mind later.
As Dummy Smith.
Tonight's conversation is about the education and miseducation of parenting. And y'all, my anxiety is up, but we're going to toast to a great debate.
That's it. Yes, that's it.
A great debate. So tonight y'all gonna get the male and the female side of parenting since there ain't no handbook. And y'all get a little bit of background on us. But we're gonna start with Mr. D, you know. We're gonna start off with telling y'all a little bit about ourselves so y'all can know where this debate could potentially cross paths at.
My name is Demetrius Smith. You know, handshake. I don't know. I mean, we talk all day. I mean,
where you from?
I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Kids?
I'm four kids.
Girls, boys?
2 and 2. 27 is my oldest. 2 in college. My youngest is a junior in high school.
Okay, so no babies.
No, I'm not.
You want any more?
I'm not opposed.
How old are you, Demetrius?
I'm the big 5-0. But I mean, you know,
I'm gonna save that for later. Y'all, hold on. I'm gonna need a sip early. 50 and not opposed.
I'm not opposed.
Okay.
You know, but preferably grandbabies. I take them before a baby. You know, I could always send them back. So I would prefer a grandbaby. But I wouldn't be tripping if I had a baby. Boy,
so you shooting up the club?
Ammo, cock and loaded. Don't mind me.
And do you come from a 2-parent or 1-parent household?
Neither. I was raised by my grandparents. I didn't meet my parents until I was 18. So my version of parenting could be a little bit more different because of what I didn't have from my parents. Okay. So, you know, my story is going to be a little, you know, my views are going to be kind of strenuous simply because a lot of things people had, I didn't have.
Gotcha.
You know, I didn't have I never had the nurturing. You know what I'm saying? I grew up not ever hearing the words "I love you" from my parents. So my views are different, and I'm not a person that per se has damage, you know, goods or whatever people stigma is.
Trauma binds.
Yeah, trauma binds, or as if I don't know, you know, how to love or whatever. You know, am I tight as far as trust? Absolutely.
That has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
You didn't say that, but we'll get into that. Tell y'all a little bit about me, Shay. I have 3 kids. My oldest is 29. My youngest is 21. 2 boys, 1 girl. I do come from a 2-parent household. Parents have been married since 1977. Do the math. I think that's
48. Let me help you out.
dope dealer. Oh, hustler. 1 plus 1 equal 3. 3 kids, y'all. For me, 3 baby daddies. No, 3 kids, 5 baby daddies. 3 different baby daddies, but 2 men have actually participated in my kids' life since they have been around. Outside of my support system, which is my brother and my dad, my sister, and my mom, who now has dementia. So, born and raised in New Orleans and moved to Dallas in 2015. So technically, I've been a single mother since 2016. I mean, I still have a support system, but technically, when my children need somebody, I'm the first call of action because I am the closest, and depending on what their needs are or if it's something that I need help with, my second call of action would then, of course, be my support system. And ain't none of y'all goddamn business outside who my parents is. But yeah, so
just know they cool.
Just know they cool.
Just know they
so we're gonna get into this thing about what does not have a handbook, which is parenting, because everybody raises their kids different and everybody have their own points of views of how kids should and should not be raised. So I'm gonna kind of I don't know if I want to hand the mic over because we both got one on over to Demetrius, but
I have a question.
we're about to get into this shit.
Okay. Well, since ladies first, I hit
No, I'm gonna let you. Yeah, come on. You can go with the first question. I'm good with
The
it.
first question is, as a single mother of 3, how would you grade yourself as far as from oldest to youngest? Where did you fail at the most, and then where did you regain your parenting? You know, where did you tighten up? Were you too tight at the beginning with your oldest, which is your daughter? And then when it comes to your youngest, you kind of was relaxed and kind of understood how parenting goes.
I'll be honest with my daughter. I had my daughter when I was 16, so I had a lot of leeway. My parents were technically my daughter's parents, but I still played I can't even really say 90% of the parenting because technically, financially, my parents stood in and delegated what needed to be done. But off the bat, they made sure I graduated from high school. While I was in high school, I had a job. So financially and emotionally, I was there for my daughter. But I depended on my parents for everything, babysitting while I was going to school. But the difference between my daughter and my youngest is I took full control with my last 2.
Right.
So with my daughter, I was never really strict. There was never the word no, because my dad was more of a whatever she wants, she gets. Right. I didn't really get to discipline my daughter, so it was really kind of hard to have the leeway or what I wanted to call be a parent to my child because she had 2 parents in the background versus my other 2. I was out of the house by then and I was able to create my own structure and leniency with those 2. So
what would your grade be?
I still think I'm top goddamn 10. What you talking about?
A, B, C, D, E. I mean, A, B, C, D, F.
If I had to grade myself between then and now, and this is me being transparent, I would give myself a C because.
So that's for overall.
Overall.
Okay.
I've worked full-time jobs the whole time with my kids. I don't feel like I gave them the time that they needed, making sure if they were interested in extracurricular activities. I just made sure they had a roof over their head.
Straight line.
That's it.
Straight line. I got you.
Did their homework, put them on the bus,
Pass.
and made sure they was good.
Fed them.
So,
clothes. I got you. Straight line.
So, I mean, but I did it. As a single parent, I think I've done
But C is
great.
bad. C is bad.
What would you grade yourself?
I give myself a B minus, because financially I was there 1,000%, even to the day. But I take away and I put myself at B minus because emotionally I wasn't. And coming to find out with the relationship that me and my kids have now, I can see where I dropped the ball. You know, so therefore I give myself a B minus.
What about spiritually?
I provided to make sure other people, like Easter dresses for church, I provided those.
That's finance.
Right. But so when you said emotionally, I always made the way. I wasn't there to stand hand in hand with because my emotions wasn't intact. You know, so that's where, you know, me thinking I'm doing better than what my parents done for me by providing, I just excluded the emotional side because I just didn't think it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person that never grew up with my parents, so I never knew that emotionally played such a major factor.
Right.
So I give myself, you know, with the cards that I give myself a B minus because of a person who never came up. I never spent one, you know, I ain't gonna say spent the night with my parents, but I never spent 30 days with my parents, either one of them. You know, to become a parent and never not turn my back on my kids, I give myself a B minus. You know what I'm saying? Because I did something that I was doing something that I didn't know if I was doing right or wrong. I just did not want them to feel what I felt.
But that's the education and miseducation of parenting.
Correct.
Because technically, well, let me ask this question first before I say technically. Do you feel that kids, their upbringing, or how they come up is as a result of their environment? Do you feel like people are a product of their environment?
Nah, not really. I think we all have choices. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one thing I do know about my parents, they both was drug addicts. You know, could have
Never did
easily.
drugs?
No.
Ever?
No. I smoked
Weed?
weed. I smoked a little weed.
That's a drug!
But they was on heroin and crack.
Okay. So you broke the chain.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I can say that I can honestly say that with a straight face. I never took a bump of cocaine. You know what I'm saying? I know people who have. You know, I know people who smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I just wanted to be different in that area. I didn't want to create or provide the pain that I was given as a child. So I just never got indulged in that, in drugs, of doing it.
Well, outside of drugs, what about schooling? Because again, that's also a product of the environment, the people you come up with. Does that have an impact on how kids come up versus them being parented at home?
Well, you know, when I was coming up, just having a job, I didn't really know much about a career. I didn't never was told about even being a business owner. You know, it's just things that you're not gonna know when you don't have, you know what I'm saying, guidance. When you don't have guidance, it's just a lot of things you're gonna have to figure out later in life, and that's what happened to me. I mean, so I just figure like I just made good grades, but for my kids, I mean, I'm very proud to say I have 2 kids in college. Both of them are on the honors roll. I mean, I'm prouder than ever, you know, but I'm cooler than ever because I don't want them to think. I want them to cross the finish line. When they cross the finish line, it'll be so many different goals and accomplishments personally that I would achieve, you know, more that they would ever know. So, you know, I can teach the lesson of being educated and being such and such better than what I was taught, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, even though you didn't have it from your maternal and your biological parents, did your grandparents institute that in you as far as making sure you went to school? Did you go to college? Like, what was their thing?
My grandparents was hustlers. You know, and I grew up in a hustling environment.
Not Bonnie, Clyde.
My grandfather ran a gambling shack, and my grandmother sold preludes and D's. Like, that's what I grew up around. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like.
So can you agree or disagree? Were you a product of that environment?
Yes. At
Okay.
some point in time.
Yeah. Way back in the day, and nobody business.
Yeah.
But
have I broke the chain of reaction? The chain with my kids, absolutely.
as far as you know.
As far as I know. I mean, hey, as far as I know, because you never know what your kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can never say.
You're not there with them 24/7, baby.
Right.
Please make sure you know.
Okay. Back on you. Question. You being a single mother, feeling like, I'm listening to you say, with relationship wise, bringing different people in and out, not in and out, but
I know what you're saying.
It's not working out. You get somebody coming in, you think this gonna be the kid's stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
With difference of the difference is relationships. How has that been towards you as a parent? Do you think you failed your kids?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me be the first to say it. However, I think that for me, I've always wanted love because that's what I saw. Like, I saw how my dad loved on my mom. So naturally, I wanted to provide that to my kids. However, it didn't work out that way. But in light of that, I know a lot of women don't mind bringing different men around their kids until they find the right one. However, for me, I have always been big on be mindful of who comes in my door, because I don't want my kids to either see a bunch of different people, or I don't want a bunch of people in and out and they don't have any intentions on staying. So more often, I don't even want to say more often than not. That's why I put all my eggs in one basket. I try to learn one man at a time, because I want to make sure it's going to be long term. I don't have everybody come into my house from my kids being born all the way up until now. I just don't have a lot of traffic coming into my house. For me, when it comes to dating versus parenting, I'm more comfortable with going to a man's house versus a man coming to my house, because even though my kids are grown, I just don't want them to see that.
But that could be, you don't think that could be misleading? Because I'm not speaking that's a man's mentality or a man's thought, but whenever a man thinks he has company, he thinks,
we're gonna Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
He can kiss my ass, and that's just what it is. But when it comes to me, I'm transparent. Listen, if it's first, second, third date, I ain't just jumping. If a man invite me to his house on the first date, I already know what it is, and I ain't coming. And matter of fact, you ain't even got to call me no more, because I know
that's assumption though.
TMI, my cookies is good, and if he asks me for it, I want this to go somewhere, so I'm just not gonna go first time.
So you ain't no cookie pastor.
I ain't let nobody put their goddamn hands in my cookie jar until. And a lot of people have a problem with that. Like, I have friends who be like, Shay, give up the 90-day rule. It's not a 90-day rule. It's just.
Wait. How old are you? Well, I know how old you. Okay, 90 days.
I don't do.
Ain't
so
no man doing that.
It ain't no 90. Excuse me.
Ain't no man doing that. Ain't no man doing that.
Listen, if he really want it, he gonna wait.
If you really like him, you'll give it to him.
Because there are other active things we can do.
Okay. We don't want to get off topic with parenting.
Because he is full of shit.
No, that's not. Ask your viewers. Your viewers, nobody's living by the 90. Okay, check this out.
I'm not saying a 90-day rule, but we ain't doing it on the first night. They got some women who are right with that. I'm not.
They sleep better at nighttime. They know what it is.
Is you bringing a hoe to meet your grandparents?
No. I mean, I like whores, y'all. I like whores.
You ain't full. But you ain't bringing her to meet your grandparents.
It depends on how good of a hoe she is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not ashamed. I'm what it is. I'm 50. God bless me to be 50.
Is you introducing her to your kids? Your daughters, to teach them to be a hoe.
Depending how, this another topic, but a man at a certain point in his life, a good meal and a good thrill is all he want to do.
Is he having it around his churn?
Of course. Yes. Yes. Ain't no battle. Hey, man. Okay. And this is gonna be my last question or suggestion. You do the 90-day rule with a man. You find it break, and it ain't what you expect. What are you gonna do?
I'm a chemical woman. The chemistry has to be there. But again, that's me.
The chemistry there, the vibe there. He's intentional. He's all that.
He probably won't wait 90 days.
But it still becomes a defining moment. Paul, when them clothes come off. Paul, he don't come off. Oh, Lord.
I done met a few men that think came up so.
And why you ain't got a man?
You know why?
My point exactly, y'all. My point exactly.
Why ain't got a man?
Well, why?
Altitude.
My point is, when they got to that, what the fuck? Like, when them thoughts, is he in? Where he going with that? That's all he got. When them thoughts are creeping in your mind at that day 78, because you done damn near made a nigga wait 3 months, boy, it's over.
I mean, for me, it's worth it. I can't speak for that man, but
a disappointment ain't worth it in your later.
It is if he's intentional. It is if that man is there to take care of me spiritually, emotionally, and financially. Listen, eventually that thing not gonna work anyway.
Boy.
We is off subject, y'all.
That bad parenting. Right.
That is not bad parenting. Okay, you know what? We're gonna save the relation.
We're gonna save this topic for another day.
Because he about to catch it.
No.
Because you was full of it.
No, she is blinded with the 90 days. Man.
I'm not saying he gotta wait 90 days, but I gotta know it's intentional. Men tend to like a challenge.
Of course, but at the end of the
y'all are bullshit us.
Yes, we to a certain. But who bullshit better more than y'all? Y'all slicker.
But that's why we pay attention. So when we miss the mark and realize.
But we just want to get to the point.
Well, why y'all just don't say that in the beginning?
We got to get to the point. We got to see what it's hidden for.
Before you decide whether or not you want her to be the friend or a lover?
Yeah.
You know what?
It's the truth.
Take a drink, Demetrius, because you was. Oh.
We should have been drinking Kool-Aid. I wouldn't be so stupid. But I'm just being honest.
Why you single? You waited 90 days?
I ain't waiting 9. I ain't waiting 9. I'm not waiting 9. I'm not. I mean, not to say that I'm even in that. For me, honestly, a woman have to catch my attention.
Okay.
To grab my attraction.
Okay.
For me to, you know what I'm saying? For me to see her attraction. And that's something different. Everybody don't give you that.
So you meet a woman. You know what, y'all? We keep saying we're going to leave this alone. We're going to save this one for another day. And it's coming.
Yeah.
We need to get back to this parenting thing because he's full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to blame. That's why you single. You point the finger really well. That's what it is. But, okay, how would you rate your parenting skills as far as raising boys?
So in my upbringing, I was told that a woman can't raise a man. So as far as my boys, I still feel like I give myself a 5. Again, I think I took away a lot of things when it came to extracurricular activities. Of course, I was able to teach them how to ride a bike, but when it comes to masculinity, I'm a woman. I can't teach them how to be masculine.
So would you safely say, as providing a man, you failed in that by not providing them a stepdad or a strong partner to provide certain things as a young man should know?
Yes. I mean, I at one point in my life prior to me moving here, I did have a consistent relationship But again, as I said in the beginning, my parents were my biggest backbone coming up. So I literally lived less than 8 blocks from my parents. So a walk from my house to my parents' house was 10 minutes. So my kids had complete access to my parents. And at the time, the guy that I was dating, he was the consistent man in my kids' life, but he was a business owner at the time as well. So half the time he wasn't home, so I still don't feel like I provided the type of consistency that I seen coming up.
So let me turn back the hands of time and ask this question: if you was to have that same ideal man now, with what you've been through and what you understand now, would you have stuck in there with him?
Nope. Because Papa was a Rolling Stone.
But you gotta understand, all right. I mean, I respect your answer, but a woman have to realize a 27-year-old man and a 47-year-old man are two different men. Two different men, even though it's the same person.
I met that man in 2010. He was 30. It's 2026. He is 40. What? 2? No, he ain't.
You say in 2010?
No, I'm sorry. He was 28. Because I was 30.
So he's 48. 42. 40. No, he's older than 42. Because you say 2010?
No, 42. Because he 3 years in than me.
Okay.
He 3 years in than me. So he's still the same man then.
But
matter of fact, he got 1-year-old baby. He's still doing the same goddamn thing.
Well, that'll scare me. But even though I will drop one, but I mean simply because I feel like honestly, I have the reason I feel that I would have another baby or willing to have another child is simply because I feel like I have a lot of knowledge and love to give at 50 than I did at 23 when I first had my first child.
Understood. But while you say that you are only able to provide financially and there is this emotional glitch, are you going to be able to give to that child emotionally and not just financially?
Absolutely, because I'm financially stable and I'm emotionally stable. So yeah, I mean, after, that's why sometimes as people who have fair relationships and fair situations, we are better grandparents than we are parents.
I agree.
Because we understand and we know where we went wrong. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I feel like, my kids' mothers have done wonderful jobs, but I feel like my kid's mother wanted to be my kid's friend.
Because to an extent, we have to be that.
No, I disagree.
You're a man.
Me and my kids would never be friends. We'll be cool, but we'll never be friends.
So you don't agree that a child should have a friend and a parent at the same time? Why not?
Because I feel that when you try to tell them about themselves, then they can feel like they can go toe to toe with you argumentatively as a friend instead of as a child. I never merged the lines. I always wanted to be understood. I'm your father. I'm not your friend.
But you give them an open line of communication
as a child.
Okay, so when you say a child, at what point do you draw the line of them being a child?
I mean, you're gonna always be my child.
Right.
So it's no difference. They're never. You would even when they're in the, I have all of them in their 20s. 3 of them are in their 20s, and one is 17, or will be 17 this month. He's forever will be my child.
But that's a boy. But when it comes to a girl, how much do you think you know about your daughters? Because you just wanted to be a father and not be just an open dialogue for them to communicate with you.
I personally feel that guidance comes with being a parent. You don't got to like me for me to tell you the right thing.
Agreed.
So therefore, you're not going to like everything I say because I'm your parent, not your friend. Friends, if you ever look at a friendship, no matter how bad, good, or how endeavor it is, a friend never really want to hurt a friend feeling. And that's the false narrative because a friend gonna tell a friend. A friend gonna tell you what it is when they need to. A parent gonna tell you what it is when
no
they
matter what.
You'll be mad at there too. You'll be alright because you got to understand. I'm not never against you.
But that doesn't mean that you don't have a friendship and a parent.
You have a parent. You can have a parent. A parent is solid. It's just like. Just take your parents' relationship 48 years. Your dad ain't trying to dictate to you what type of man he is. He just tell you the type of man you should have.
Okay.
Because he's your father. He's not telling you, oh, that nigga, he go, that nigga. I mean, even though
But he can't tell me no, you can't date him.
But he ain't trying to be, but he can just tell you traits of what he see as a man, as a father.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like with your kids. You can look at who they are coding, and you would kind of see you would be able to distinguish a fast-looking young lady than you would a very homebody. She did, you know what I'm saying? You could tell the motherfucker from the streets, and and you wouldn't tell your sons them that as being their friends. You would tell them that as being their parent, your daughter. Hey, you don't get in her business to be nosy. You be in her business because you know better. Right. That's a parent.
Agreed.
That's what I'm saying. So sometimes lines can get very, very misunderstood when you think you have a friend in me. No.
So when women identify themselves as a friend to their child, it in my opinion is just saying feel free to be open. Now, there is a line drawn when you talking about intercourse. There ain't too much TMI going on, but it's an open dialogue.
It should, because as a parent, I want you to be safe. I don't want you to go out there and get a disease. But
well, you talk about those things, but I don't want to. We don't have to be graphic.
I get that, because it's a such thing as your personal life that I like. But the thing of it is, what about when you tell a child, a friend, something they don't like? What do a friend do? They stop answering the phone, they don't text, and they talk crazy. And that's somebody you cut for. That's a friend. But mad they come, you don't know if that motherfucker's ever your friend or not. How they can talk about it, how they can take you out of what you thought you were.
Ain't no different than a damn job. They still got to talk to you because they have to respect you, but they tend to shut down and not tell you the things that you need to know, and they tend to tell it to their so-called friends.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, if you never really go into a situation with your child as if we buddy, it could never, you would always stand. For myself, I always tell my kids what it is, and I'm firm on it if we mad a day or two, because I'm sitting from a different path. I'm sitting from your father.
Demetrius, you are tough.
Life
I heard you be tough.
Life has been tough, because tell me at what point life has been easy for you as a single parent.
It hasn't.
So life is tough. So even though, right, your father is one of the most softest spoken men I've ever met. Cool, down to earth. He can tell you something that's encouraging, but it doesn't fit the bill of what you're going through at the time.
Okay.
Because he don't understand.
All right.
He see it from where he's sitting.
Okay.
He's not living in certain situations that you have been in.
Okay.
Does that mean he's a bad parent?
No.
That doesn't mean he don't understand. It's just that he's a parent. He's always going to tell you, baby, it's going to get better tomorrow, because that's what parents do.
And they got good friends like that too.
Yeah. I don't think, but is you and your daddy real close? Is y'all friends, or y'all, that's your father?
That's my father, but I call him and talk to him like he's my friend sometimes, because he's the person who I know I can trust with resourceful information, or if I give him information, he's going to give me the best direction possible. Okay. So when I say my kids talk to me as their friend, you don't have to have 5 friends. Matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, you ain't got to have 2. I'll be your friend. So when you feel like you want to go out or hang out and you ain't got nobody to call, I might not like NBA Youngboy, or Lil Baby, or Cash Money Millionaires, but if you feel like you want to go, but you don't want to go by yourself, and you need me to stand in and be that friend, goddamn it, I'm going to be your friend.
I just think, I disagree. Not to say you can't go to a concert, because I did that with my kids. I won't say that. What I'm saying is, I feel like as you having 2 younger boys, I think you have to let them learn. I think, and we talk about it all the time. I think sometimes holding on to the rope as the friendship bracelet don't give them the reality to go out there and live life.
Well, for me, when it comes to boys, I just feel like I don't have a grip on it anyway because I can't teach them how to be men. So I can only be resourceful to a limit when it comes to being.
So does that make you overdo as a friend?
No, because when it comes to being a friend with them, it's different.
Think slow and drink.
Whatever.
More.
It's different with a girl than it is with a boy.
Are you biased? Are you racist? God damn it.
I think just like a man can't change a little girl's diaper or hesitates about it.
He does. I mean, because I've done it. So this is my thing. I don't. It's my job, right? You know, you only sick as we, you know. Huh?
Keep going.
I'm just saying. I just think that it's different.
As far as what? Raising a boy and a girl, or trying to treat them both the same because you can't.
But the emotions are different. I mean, let me say this for the record. And my kids, not that, and I love my kids to the moon and back. But my biggest regretment that I will say I was too tough on my girl, which I think both of my girls are gay or whatever they like girls or whatever, and I'm 100% cool with it. But I think I was so hard on them to where they didn't even like men. So you know what I'm saying? I see where I failed at.
Which means, had you participated as being a friend, and when I say friend, allowing them to be transparent with you without being so stern, you could have heard, listen to me, hearing their perspective or point of view would have helped you give them a different narrative.
Yes, but you learn it. Like, I've never been a parent before. Like,
none of us.
Right, but so I'm going to fail at certain things. Like, I for my two daughters, I was just so in tune with them not being nothing, to where I didn't really realize the emotional side of it. So I raised my daughters like men. Simply because I don't want you to ever depend on a man. You know what I'm saying? So my lesson was to never depend on nobody. You get out there, you fucking work for what you want, you provide for what you need, you don't depend on
my dad.
And that's just, I didn't know how to take my foot off the gas.
But that comes with you being I don't even want to call you a single parent. Do you feel like if you and their mother were in the same household, the outcome would be different?
No, because you can be with somebody and look through different type of glasses.
Right, but equally y'all would be in the same household.
It would be more of a balance.
Right.
Because it's a good cop, bad cop scenario. You know what I'm saying? You do need that person to be able to talk you off the ledge, right? But then, kids are very smart and wise, and they know how to play you against one another. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand.
But there's still balance in that.
Yes, but it's manipulation also.
Of course, but that's life.
True.
Because I still, even though they're not your biological parents, they're your grandparents. You still see growing up how they play against one another.
Yeah. You crying again?
About to die, y'all.
Problems. This mama got problems on the fucking.
But I just feel like if both of y'all were in a household, no different than seeing it in a two-parent household.
But it comes with maturity. Like, honestly,
y'all would have been able to be behind closed doors and disagree on it.
But you gotta mature. Like, I'm being so different. Like, a lot of people that I would be the first to say that the 25-year-old Demetrius, fresh out of prison, compared to the 50-year-old Demetrius, I'm two different people. Like the way I see things are totally different. But that comes from maturity.
That comes from maturity, and it also comes from experience. So your perspective on things are still going to be different in certain aspects because there's a lot of time that I don't know how much time you spent there, but there's an amount of time that you spent there that you were withheld from society and could not see day-to-day action on what was transpiring at that time. You also said that you did some things, you played in the streets, so it's a lot of things you saw in the streets as opposed to understanding how to what the idea of love looked like. So your idea of love is just based on technically your experience.
Yeah, I mean that's all thing you can go off of. Parenting, I mean, I never seen
And then your grandparents, they was Bonnie and Clyde, so you didn't get to see
it.
that. So your analogy of it is going to be completely different
Yeah,
anyway.
my mentality, my whole thing was keeping the lights on and the roof over their head.
Do you consider that to be love?
I did but was it the correct way of love? No, but I thought it was because that's what I saw.
So what's the in your 50 years now? What do you think the correct way to love?
Understanding.
Okay.
I think with understanding is the correct way to love because you got to be able to respect and understand people where they are. With kids, you know, in today's society, people get lost because of the lack of. You know what I'm saying? It's like now it's you can be very open with kids. Like I said, I have two daughters that are open, open the game. I'm cool in the motherfucker. I don't give two bucks. And the
Right.
bitch better not fuck with them, and God knows.
But are they transparent with you now in their
Yes.
adult life?
Yes, because I had to accept that. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, what comes with that is, my chances of becoming a grandfather is nigga slim to none. You know what I'm saying? Because I got two boys. Hope them niggas do something. Yeah. But fuck, shit. You know what I'm saying? But I went from a 4-piece to damn near 2-piece. You just never know what happens. But the point of it is acceptance. You got to be able to. You got to accept your kids where they're at. That's one of the things I wish I would have adapted
how to
to
do.
sooner.
Yeah.
For them, younger in their life. But that's what it is. And a lot of that shit comes with being ashamed and not wanting to accept what you see or what you think that is or what that look like. Man, that's their life.
So do you feel like you took something from them from being so tough?
Yeah. I took a soft side from them. I admit to that. I forced both of my daughters to be dogs. I failed at that, and I can own that. I mean, and we have a very cordial relationship now. Because it's respect. I respect them where they at. I accept where they at, and I'm cool.
But they also go getters now.
100%.
That's what's up.
I got a daughter. She make over 70, no kids. She do her thing. I got, like I say, my daughter in college, on the road.
But what is their based on what you think you know, how do you think their emotional side is? Do you feel like they are just as tough as you are based on what you taught them?
Yes. I'm very, very, very proud that I'm the last person they want to, anytime anything get out of line, I'm the last person that they bring it to because they know how to handle themselves.
So you would agree that a part of who they are is as a result of being a product of their environment.
Well, it's a product of their upkeep.
It's still an environment. You taught them that.
Yeah, but
based on just this side.
Right, yeah. See, the environment to me, I look at that as your neighborhood, your sources,
Home,
yes,
school, work.
Not having to drive to want better. They both want better, and that's why I say it's the product of their upkeeping compared to environment because it's what's instilled in them. And that's why I feel like, for me and for even a young boy, you have to, as a single woman, and me and you discussed this a lot, you got to just sit back because you're healthy, and at a point, if Irvin or Jay make a mistake, you can wipe their nose, you can straighten them up, but you got to let them try. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the concrete is made for a reason. Hey man, that shit hot, don't touch it. You could tell them. Curiosity, grown is in it. You know, they gonna go. They gonna try. So you
have to let them try.
That's the only way you gonna know. Cause if you was to stop every bad move that they was gonna do, and you stop them, and you prevent them from bumping their head, how they gonna know what it feel like? And say, God forbid, something happened to you, they bump their head, and they don't know what to do. You gotta let them, you gotta bump their head, understand, let me know you got it, and that'll never happen again.
That's why I'm paying for one of them now. For letting them bump their damn head. Listening to him.
That's what it is.
But it works. I mean, when it comes to parenting, sometimes you just have to not even just sometimes, more often than not, you have to let a kid learn on their own. You can only lead them to the water. You can't make them drinking it all the time. So,
I mean, let's be honest. It ain't a person in this world want to see their kid hurt. But we do know, understand, what comes with pain is a lesson. Sometimes they got to have a painful lesson.
So let me ask you this question. Do you believe that with parenting, discipline is necessary?
Yes.
To what degree? And be honest.
To the maximum. I whooped this dog shit out of my kids. Simply because, but what I can say I'm most proud of with all of my kids. All right. My daughters, they smoke a little weed. I don't got no thieving ass children. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no lying ass children. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no hardcore drug. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no gullible children. But they had to get beat. They got to get an understanding of what life would do to you. I've always explained to them.
And you feel like an ass whooping is...
It taught you what not to do.
Okay.
I mean, shit, my grandmother beat me with a stingy car.
Shit, I got the shit beat out of me too. Hey,
what you got your ass whooped? I promise.
Leather belt.
Did you ever do that shit again? Not at all.
No, I just try to find another way to get away with it.
Yeah, but once that ass whooping came again, this shit ain't working.
Certain stuff, I just ain't even try to cross the line no more. But you are absolutely right.
But those type of whippings and lessons made you be able to look at your children and be able to catch them before they're going down the line.
Very true.
You could see them coming down the hill on some bullshit. Like, man,
true.
The truth saying, I see that shit a mile away. That's what our past has taught us to be visionary when your child is going in the wrong direction. Like, even when you know, it's like, I may not didn't recognize a good woman at a young age, but I can be able to tell my sons, like, dog, motherfucker, straight, dog, kind of chill out. What you doing ain't right.
Right.
That's come from being a visionary.
Right.
Seeing shit down the line. Did that, done that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm very on my kids' ass about having a bank account, savings account, balancing, knowing how to, credit. Just, we never was taught that. I wasn't.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? And that's what the thing with educating, it's a lot of shit nigga creating a 400. I ain't gonna never have a goddamn thing.
Do you feel like a lot of parents don't teach that in their household, and should it be taught in school?
I feel like no, I don't think school should teach your children the principles of life.
But what about financial literacy? Because we are taught to live in debt.
If you at a house and you're at home and your fucking life get cut off, hey, what the fucking financial literacy? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
But you have to teach that before they get there.
But what I'm saying is what you see.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like if you sit there and you listen to your parents say, well, your daddy gave me money, but I'm only gonna pay this and this. What are you gonna do? If you sit there and you living in a project assistance and you pay $18 a month and you listen to that and you're like, damn, and you listen to your parent, new car, food stamp, X, Y, and Z. You have a baby or two, you can stay around the corner for the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't teaching your child. You teaching them bullshit. When you can just teach them, hey, you pay your bills on time. You always manage your money well. When you ain't got it, you ain't got it. If you ain't got it to lose, don't loan it to nobody. Certain things you just prevent.
But kids don't know that coming up. They get their first check and see they done made 800 versus never having money in their life. The first thing some of them want to do is buy a pair of tennis shoes.
Yeah, they go home. Yeah, they go home. Oh, shit, nigga, that's the best night in the world. Nigga,
So you're not gonna allow them to splurge their first check?
I didn't tell you. I mean, think about it. You know?
Hard.
But that's the truth. You know what he'll never do again? Go through that $800 again. Go home. I ain't got. Okay. Prime example, an analogy. If they get paid, he shows you a check for $1,700 every 2 weeks. He ain't gave you a dime. He come to you Monday before he get paid Friday. Mom, I need the bar, sir. What are you gonna say?
For what?
My point exactly. My point exactly. And that ain't you being cruel.
Cause what did you do with your money?
You told him to put something up, right? For a rainy day.
I did.
You told him to give you something, you need to help with a bill. He did none of that. What the fuck is you bothering me about you need some money for? Because you don't know how to manage money. But, you know, hey.
You're right. That's real. That's real.
We all have mismanaged money. You can't sit back and call no motherfucker about it. If your lights off and you don't get paid for 2 days, you're going to be in the dark for how many days? 2
days. Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga,
pride will make you not do something.
But it's a lesson that has to be learned in everything.
Real. I like that. Nice analogy. I get it saying. Okay.
What they say? I'm gonna let tipsy, y'all.
I'm glad he wasn't my damn daddy. My daddy ain't never tell me no.
Shit.
And I'm almost 50. I'll call my daddy right now and say I need it. Guess what?
Hey, you ain't gonna tell your dad you got a man neither. My point exactly. You ain't
but
gonna
I ain't got no man, so we ain't got that problem either.
But that's a difference. That is a difference. You can't introduce you can't take no nigga to Mardi Gras and then you get back for May 1st that we need $800. Nigga, well, why you came to Mardi Gras?
Yes.
That's the question, nigga. You should have came here.
Real.
I ain't got it.
But daddy taught me that too. You ain't listen. You gotta hold some money down.
Rainy day, motherfucker. It gonna rain something one day.
But balance is required. So would you real question in between parenting and relationships, would you date a woman who doesn't know how to manage her money, but you know how to manage her money?
Yes, I would. We all got to be taught. Now, I ain't gonna date. Now, we ain't gonna.
So you willing to hold our hand?
Oh, yes. I mean, because we all. I mean, no matter how much I may have together, it's a fragment of my life I don't. Okay. And that could be her consoling.
That
myself.
could be her strength. Correct. Versus her weakness. I like that.
Kudos
to him. He's single, y'all.
Crazy.
And deranged. Be careful.
And I like. Oh, okay. PG. Yeah, okay. Another topic.
The education and miseducation of parenting people.
Yes.
We have to be careful with this one.
So do you feel like a failure in certain situations?
Ultimately, yes. In certain aspects, I do feel like a failure.
Wow.
I feel like I've provided for my kids financially and emotionally because I'm a single parent, but I did not give them what I feel like should be a two-parent household where they had the ability
What
to
about
do
the
things.
tools? What about the tools of being an adult?
The tools of being an adult, I would grade myself maybe a B, because I'm much like yourself. I am hard on my kids with making sure they understand financial literacy and understanding responsibility. Their word is their bond. Don't commit to something that you're not gonna hold yourself to. So it's a lot of things that I feel like I made sure my kids understood coming up, so that when they do walk into adulthood, what they should and should not do.
Okay, your situation a little different than mine in this question. Your oldest is in a relationship, has 3 kids. How does your overview of what she's doing with your grandkids, her as with her kids, is it something you can see where you could have tightened up with her, give her more guidance? You know, like, how does that overview feel?
Very, very transparent moment. There were times that I envied my daughter because she has held I think and she's held this relationship, and I mean because
So
I
you
was
a hater?
not really a hater.
God,
Oh my God, I'm not a hater.
don't use envy.
But well, yeah, let's not use
Yes,
envy.
darling.
I admire.
Your mama been hating on you, dog.
I haven't.
The truth is coming out. That's
Let
right.
me pat myself on the back because I was so hard on my daughter with making sure she just didn't sleep around with guys. And when I did find out she was liking somebody in her upbringing, I was foot on neck. If I felt like she was slipping because I didn't want my daughter to replicate what I did, have a child at a young age, not be able to provide, or me be the full-time parent while she tried to navigate her way through her adult life. So
what's your take on your son-in-law?
my son-in-law, absolutely amazing.
Okay.
And that comes with him being in my opinion, a product of his environment.
So
he came up in a 2-parent household. My daughter came up in a single, she came up in the full circle.
Do you fear
and all her kids are by the same man. Go on, Shay, and mama and daddy.
So, question. Do you feel, does that make you want to tighten up when your daughter call you with some bullshit about that man?
Woo, baby, yes indeed.
Okay.
Baby, you better sit your ass down and figure it out because my daughter, without putting all of her business out, is very high maintenance. But that's as a result,
That's life.
No, that's my mom and my daddy and my sister and my brother fault. And mine, because again, she was my first and she got everything she wanted.
She was the only, right?
She was the only and the first granddaughter, so she got everything. But
so do you feel like you grew up with?
I definitely did.
Right. Okay.
Even though I was her mother, I was still.
So do you
her
consider her your friend?
I consider her both, but I will agree with you on this. My daughter is a Cancer. Oh.
That's us. We emotionally scarred at times.
Baby, y'all internalize everything.
Too much time will make us think. You're 100% right.
And she either with it or she not. There is no in between, but there is no. She has a poker face. So I don't know if she hurt or if she not, but when she is hurt, that means she's over the edge. But however, I think she's done exceptionally well, but we do beef more often than not because, as I was about to say, I do agree that I was more of her friend with her coming up because I always wanted her to be transparent with me. But there were times in her transparency that I also had to step in as a parent because I just wasn't having that shit.
That's blurry.
Huh?
That's blurry. That's a blurry moment because it's like it's like
I was playing two sides.
Exactly, and that's why. That's you got it.
Goddamn right, I got it.
All right.
Because you still have to be both. But men are different. Men, well, it depends because there are some women who are tougher on their kids than men versus.
But okay, when you say tougher is because you don't want the failure. Like you got to understand.
It ain't even failure. I just feel like a man should be more masculine in a situation, and of course, a man plays that role. So we're gonna be softer.
I got a question. Off record, it's going in a different direction, but I want her to get this analogy right. In a relationship, when you're in tune with a guy, and you find out he's on a date with another woman. You go to his location and you find him, right? You're fighting for something, correct?
Depends.
But I'm saying
if we exclusive, yes.
If you get in your car and go to his location, you're fighting for something. You're fighting for understanding.
Okay.
Correct?
Right.
Because
if we are in a relationship, yes.
The understanding of it is, why are you even here? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's the understanding. Like, what are you doing?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's the same thing with your child.
But children don't have the experience and the emotional intelligence that we do.
Whenever me and my kids have a misunderstanding, it's because we don't have an understanding.
Okay.
Because it's misunderstood what you're doing.
Okay.
That's the only way a misunderstanding can happen. When I don't really understand why you're doing what you're doing. But if we've been buddy sharing Twinkies How could the audacity for you to jump down my back?
Because, well, maybe that's where the blurriness comes in. Because while you are identifying what a friendship is with a friend, I'm identifying what a friendship is with my child. Because at the end of the
But it's a
day,
friendship. What's the
I'm
common?
always going to be a parent. But when it's friendship, I want you to be transparent and open so that I can instruct you. I want you to have that free space to tell me what's on your mind, what's going on. But I'm still going to step in as a parent and try to guide you.
Okay, check this out. When you dealing with a male, right?
Okay.
You don't just say a male. A male is a guy with a whatever, right?
Whatever.
But a man is totally different. Cause a man gonna guide you in a way in the direction that's necessary,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna be meaningful by what he's saying.
Okay. Okay.
How would you take that? Do you feel like he's trying to lit girl you?
No. As long as he's being transparent, because there are some men who are just overly aggressive and a woman is offended by that, versus a man who is giving you instruction but also trying to help you understand.
But if you don't have understanding, how you gonna know what he's trying to do? See, because you can look at the last relationship you was in with a controlling guy, you can automatically assume that he's the same way. But until you have an understanding, it would always be misunderstood.
Depending, you're right. But again, that comes with experience, because I'm not gonna fault your quote unquote aggressiveness versus what I experienced. But if I see flags, I'm gonna pay attention. But again, that comes with us being friends first and you understanding how I receive things. Because if you can't even say, if you meet somebody and you recognize they may be a little slow or take them a minute to process.
I might be slow. I'm slow. I'm slow, y'all.
Okay, so both of y'all slow, but you realize this person a little slower. That means you have to be a little bit more delicate or try to explain in a way that they gonna understand.
But you know,
so when you're friends with somebody, you are gonna take the time to make sure they understand without trying to insult them.
It's not slow. It's fragile. People are fragile.
Everybody.
To a certain degree.
Agreed.
And the thing of that is having an understanding to who you're dealing with. So if you know, per se, like for a woman to not provide a man, a lot of kids grow up with daddy issues.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of women cling on a man after man, simply because they always wanted the protection of a man. Right. But it's a difference of a male, because you've been bumping into male. But when you meet a man, you're at a bad tolerance level, to where I'm just not taking no anything from, you know what I'm saying? You got your big girl underwear on at this point, and I ain't taking this out of this and this and this and that. And that could be misleading because of the misunderstanding. Like, everybody don't have the same intentions for you and against you.
Agree.
Okay. So everybody ain't out to hurt you.
I definitely agree. But more often than not, women tend to try to evaluate, which is why she should wait 90 days.
Okay, I question. Question. No two boys. You meet a man. He's an older guy. He's kind of set in his ways. He tell your boy something. How do you handle that scenario?
It depends on what it is.
It don't matter for what it is. I mean, when a man...
If he's overly aggressive, I'm not going to...
What's overly aggressive?
I mean, again, that just depends on the man. So it depends on how he comes toward them. Sometimes loud, to me, if a man is being loud, that's overly aggressive.
That could be stern. That could be misunderstood.
But it doesn't require you to raise your voice to do that.
If I say take the trash out like that, and that trash still sitting, I'll take that trash out.
But recognize, you're leading to that. That's different.
But loud is loud. At the end of the day, like, ain't nobody just walking in the door hooping and hollering. Are you?
Me? I'm mama. If I walk in this and the trash is there, and you know...
But that's from experience of, you have already told them what they should.
Exactly.
So if a man just say, no, take the trash out.
Okay.
Right? And he this new. This 90 days in, 45 days in, and he's just real, hey, dog, take the trash out.
Okay.
You never heard him
loud, say nothing.
Correct.
Okay.
But, your sons, them kind of do what they want to do. Right? He get the motherfucker blah blah blah, this, that, or another. Do you think he's wrong?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm.
That's why I say there's a difference between
aggression. But he's loud though. Even
it led up to that though.
But see, a lot of women don't look at that because that's their baby.
Of course.
So so you know what I'm saying? The visual of the whole thing would be misleading because of that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you hear that in a lot of situations. You do.
Because
what you say you want to make?
And a man wants a child. I mean, a man wants a woman for his children. And sometimes when you have to be honest with people, it's hurtful to them because nobody never told them that. And just because somebody is being hurtful, that don't mean that they don't care. They just gonna tell you some things that that your friends never told you. It's a lot of things about my friends, your friends, that you know your friends ain't doing the right thing by their kid, but you don't really give it to it raw. You just kind of go on with, yeah, you right. Hang up the phone, you be like, man, this mother crazy.
Okay.
So is that being a good friend?
No.
My point exactly. But do we always kill that at that time?
No.
You kind of see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, that's why me as being a friend to my children, I could never do it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
It's a thin line between love and hate.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this then.
Yep.
When dating and having kids, do you think a person with no kids could ever really understand how to deal with kids with a person who actually has kids?
No emotional ties. It's a different type of love. It's the same thing as, for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to hear people who have both parents still living at this age and complain about them. Compared to me, I don't have either one of my parents, never had a relationship. And it's hard to fathom to hear somebody complain about something that they always had.
Give an example, because I don't know what you mean.
Okay, you ever met somebody who, we're going to say who has a car.
Okay.
Right? And they whole thing may be, I ain't gonna let nobody use my car. Block. It's always no. I ain't gonna do this. But yet, for whatever reason, they lose their car. Repossess, however, whatever. Break down. But then you expect everybody to break their neck.
For you. Okay.
Is that fair?
Hell no.
But it happens. How can somebody complain about their husband and they've been married 27 years, right? But how can somebody that's single tell you about what not to accept from your husband? So how can somebody who has kids, who don't have kids, can have an emotional tie to somebody to know what it's like to be a parent?
Which comes with me going to what you were initially saying when, instructing a child, taking out the trash, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you may find that to be plausible, but if this person was just over dramatic about it, how would you respond considering that they don't have any kids? Would you teach them how to approach it, or would it just...
You sit back and look at their tolerance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like an empty nest. A damn empty nest ain't finna find no... I mean, it'll be hard. Like, motherfucker, quiet house, and you got motherfucker hooting and hollering. You hold the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you gotta get out of here. Don't you bring a bag in this motherfucker, grocery bag. You know what I'm saying? It's
real.
Because it's different. Because a person who's an empty nester or on his way out, with his kids, they tone is different.
Agreed.
It's soft, it's low, it's easy to maintain compared to accepting somebody with 3 kids that knocking over shit, tearing up shit, mad. You're like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. So you gotta check a person's tolerance. Mm-hmm. Everybody's tolerance ain't the same. I think it's easier for somebody who has an empty nester compared to somebody who ain't never had a kid. Doesn't mean that they won't love them the same, right. But they got to be shown something.
Right.
The emotional love from a parent is totally different than somebody who don't know what that is.
Right. I agree.
You know, like and what I was getting at, somebody who has who can buy flowers for their mother on Mother's Day compared to somebody taking flowers to the grave for mother. It's two different type of feelings.
It is. I
know,
definitely agree.
You know what I'm saying? But people take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? Some, you know, you got people our age cuss their mom out, motherfucker. God damn.
I wish I would.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't. It's just like the old cliche. You don't miss your water till you wear it.
God,
You know what I'm saying?
agreed. That's real.
That ain't. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We get paid, man. We ain't hungry. What the fuck? We only want to go buy. We want to go buy. Get broke. You starving. So your shit don't come into light until you ain't got it to do.
Yep. That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? You know, your car break, your car outside, you ain't got nowhere to go. Your car break, you just want to go around. You want to go 2 miles up the street. It just hit different when you don't have the same luxury. And that's you know that's sometimes that's what life is, luxury. You know what I'm saying? Have the have not. When you don't have it, you desire for it, and when you got it, you don't have no time for it.
So, as a parent of 4, what is it that you feel like you should have done differently outside of being more emotionally available? Is there something at the top of the chart that you felt like you could have done different?
Yes, and that's I could have been softer. I could have been soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have been soft.
Okay.
You know, but I would say sometimes when we learn things, ignorance plays a whole lot in your life because it ain't that you don't want to do it, you just don't know how
to do it. Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we fail at. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes pride getting away. And we don't want to be told nothing. Nobody wants to be told when they're wrong.
Right.
But don't nobody really understand it when we right. What is right?
I mean, I'm open to constructive criticism, but I'm not up to you just degrading me. There's a difference.
But all right. Do you agree with this? Let's say this. We're gonna use an analogy of an old house. But you want to move into a house that was built in 1956. But you, yes or no? I'm talking 1956. Everything that's in there is in there. Would you want to move in that house?
The old me, no. The new me, yes, because I know it's got some equity and value to it.
Okay, we're going to just say yes or no. Would you want to move in a house that was built in 1956?
No.
Okay. But if they tear this house down, you would live in that neighborhood that was built in 1956, right?
Yeah.
If they remodified everything 2026.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to take the same structure and come with a new concept to understand the value in what you got. It's the same neighborhood.
But not the same structure.
It's not. It's modified. You learn what you like. I want a bigger room. I want a tub. I want a walk-in shower.
Okay.
So therefore, where that leads into what I'm saying is, you know, you want a relationship with your child. You want to be able to have a fluency. You want to have an understanding. I think the what I have now with my kids is an understanding.
Okay.
That's it. I don't think I can't get mad at how you feel. As long as you explain to me your understanding of what you're thinking, I can respect that.
Okay.
That's it.
I like that. But we're gonna wrap this up, y'all. We've been on for an hour. I think the next conversation we should get into our
relationship.
Here you go, relationship.
Boy, I got a school. I gotta get her a boot thing.
I ain't the only one that's single, y'all. He's single too.
I gotta get her a boot thing.
We're gonna have a big debate about that. I think the next conversation, since we're talking about the education and miseducation of parenting, should be child support.
What is child support?
And a lot of men don't understand that.
What is child support?
Next conversation,
What
y'all.
is child support?
What is child support?
Why should a man be on child support in every Christmas, every school year? He's doing his due diligence.
Y'all see why I said this is gonna be the next conversation? Because he about to get it.
I ain't never been on that. That's one of the things I can say. I ain't never been on for all folks. Never.
Because it's a lot of men who don't understand that it ain't just financial. Because a woman gotta wake up when the child's sick. She gotta take off when the child's sick. She gotta bring the.
But it goes,
Next conversation, y'all.
It goes with the understanding. The understanding is needed, and it don't just go with the child. It goes to the kid's mother too.
But if I'm the primary domiciliary parent, guess what happens? When them lights go off, them kids ain't got no lights.
But if y'all got a cordial relationship, hey man, a man gonna do what he's supposed to do. The only way to make a man, I feel, not do shit when you disrespect him, make him feel like shit, look like shit. Figure it out, you got
And most men feel like they look like shit,
y'all
feel
talk
like
about
shit.
like a dog.
When they can't deal with that woman personally, but she just want to deal with that man. Next topic, y'all. Y'all see why I say already he on some bullshit.
I got some wind on that ass. I ain't drinking on them. I'm drinking water. I'm make sure
See y'all on the next episode of No Holds Barred. Bye, y'all. Kick your ass on that child support. You ain't ready for that topic.
I promise.
I know you're not ready for that topic.
I'm gonna be on your ass.
Whatever. You just better be ready.